Well, hello, hi. It is me, it is I. Small time to your Khadi and these every internet and akastracha. I'm back. Put on lip liner for y'all. Khadi is trying. You see that? I just got done doing my video on Nozipo, and I told you guys in that video that I watched or caught up on the Mummy Club, the second season. And Ratile, who's trended, as the show's season started or right before. I am going to get the exact scene so you don't have to sit through this thing if you don't want to watch it. Then I'm going to put like the episode and the scene that I want you to go watch so you can see how silly and sad she is. Ratile, everybody on this show is a woman who's like posing as kept or living a very posh life or things along that line. That's the vibe. But then Miss Mops is having a house auctioned. And Ratile, we learn, is actually being abused by this man who, Mr. Mavizela, I don't know what his name is, but she's Ratile Mavizela, right? She's actually a beauty queen as well, right? She listen, the women understand, stay skinny, they get it. Oh, I love them. But they're sitting and they're having this conversation with this made-up group of friends. Organically, they never become friends. They're friends for the sake of the show. And it's two conversations. One is at a dinner and the other is at a picnic. And one of them brings up the polygamy thing, and then Nuzpo just looks down. She looks away. She doesn't engage this conversation. Ratile engages the conversation. And they're also talking about cheating and things like that. And they go on and on. Ratile then goes on to say that she's been ordained, like she's like as in called to be part of this clan. And like it doesn't matter what is like if any other woman or if anything, she knows that she's been ordained. And the women are embarrassed on her behalf because it's like, whoa, babe, you took it a step too far. I mean, we do some crazy shit with like about our husbands, but like, and then in her confessional, in reference to the scene, she recites the clan praise, the Mavizela clan praise. And you know, part of the reason I don't want to get married is it's too much a sacrifice of my identity. And part of my identity is my surname. Now I understand that my surname belongs to a man, but my father, right? I think my mom should have double barreled, but you know, she never time machine. She couldn't come to the future and ask me what I think, blah, 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 blah. But it's mine, right? I've been raised in it my whole life. I know what's happening. This is very much a strong part of my identity. And to shed that and wear somebody else's only for him to clown and embarrass me, and in the case of Ratile, allegedly put hands on me, what? Why would I be doing any of that? But what I want to talk about is the cult that is being a wife and being a mom. Like there's something that happens when we get in our respective African cultures. I think we all have a version of this thing where when you're about to get married or go off the day you're getting married, the older women or the married women in your family sit with you in a room, and then they give you milau. You know, they give you the rules of engagement because it is jail. Like you are about to like do a bid. So they tell you, now that you're incarcerated, you don't do this and you don't do that. And you go to bed at this time and you can't make friends with this one. And you don't ask your man about this. I don't even know if the men have an equivalent to it. The other day I was, just yesterday, I was setting up some flowers and stuff at a wedding. And I'm listening to all the songs that are being, the people are singing. And I actually said to one of my mates, I'm like, have there been no new wedding songs that we're singing? Like, and all the songs are just talking to Makoti. All of them. Makoti munase ke shi pay silipi. Hey, Makoti ke maemo go ba wa mang mangi. Hey, Makoti. Aibo, there is not one song that says provider protector. Yet you bitches think that's what you're gonna get. Like, but I want to talk about what a cult it is. right? How you have to abandon your better senses to make it work. I've said that, and you're probably married and offended and like, oh, what does she know about this? Don't fucking take my word for it, okay? Nunu, who is Nunurai on how Mommy Club on this very show at the dinner says she's so bright for this. Oh, I'm so glad she gave me this material to work with. Nunu, when they're talking about marriage, says it's not a logical decision. That's what I tell people. See, we've been saying it for a while, but the people in this fucking cult like to say that we don't know. We just don't know because we're not in it. We know our brains work. We did the work that you didn't want to do. Okay. She's like, it's illogical. And everybody's like, huh, what do you mean? She's like, if you sit with it, this is going to be irritating. Let's have all the sun. She says, if you sit with it, as I've suggested you do, you'd probably come to the realization that you don't need this. These weren't exact words, but they were very much along this line. If you sit with it too long and ask the whys and look at it, you realize you're getting a raw deal. So it's best not to do that. Just go into it. She said that. I can't make it up, you guys. She said it. Like, don't sit with it too long. And then Miss Mops at the same table says, you know, they do say this is the world's tiniest handcuff. Y'all are doing a bid. I am so sorry. You are in the jail, under the jail. You all are doing a bid. And once you get in there, you realize you've been duped and you get less out of this situation. If you listen to the songs that have been sung at your little weddings, you would realize, please don't listen to them because it's really great business for me. And also I love a frock. I love to dress up for a wedding. So don't read too much into it. But like, all you get is that day. That's what the day gets to be about you. It's to be a distraction from what's going to happen thereafter. That's why they let you faff and fuss and make all the big decisions big, like floral arrangements, right? The color story. And he doesn't care to get a say in this because for the rest of your life, it's his word. I get you're the neck. I get the man is the head. I get the neck. So for the rest of your life, he's going to tell you what we're doing and what we're thinking. That's why you get to say we're going with purple and green and nobody says it's giving out assurance. They just run with it. That's why you get to do that. Because I'm not laughing, you guys. But I say cult because a lot of the times when they have you in that room, they also encourage you to not be friends with people who aren't in the same situation as you. I'll go cult, guys. Like, come on. Like, oh, you don't avoid being friends with non-married people. So that what ends up happening is like you make all of these fake friendships off of the basis of we're married and I have a newborn and she has a newborn too, so she'll understand what I'm going through. I'm sorry, what? If I've been your friend for 15 years, you've gone through things that I haven't gone through, but I've been able to be there for you, understand you. I haven't had to be in the exact situation in order to like be empathetic to what you're going through and hold your hand through it. So why now all of a sudden? Because they lied to you. Martel on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Martel cheated on his wife, Melody, for years and years, eventually made a baby that he kept. They were pregnant before with the side chick, and they didn't keep that one, and they kept this one. And when she eventually decided she's enough and she's leaving him, he had directed her to go speak to the older women. He's sending you where he knows the cult of I'm a wife, at least I'm a wife, right? I'm not a baby. Yeah, the cult of you're a wife, right? That cult will reinforce things that protect him. That cult will say to you, no, you need to forgive him. You can't let that woman come in and break your family. That's why they direct you there. Go speak to other married women. You're all in the fucking jail. You're all in there. Like you think the other inmates are going to give you advice that's going to get you out. You just in the fucking head, babe. What are you talking about? So I've seen a trend online of people trying to form forced community, as is this reality show. That's why Her Majesty, the things that she does, how she introduces a topic, she's not emotionally invested in these women's well-being, their lives or whatever, right? So that's why she can just start things like, oh, what if he wants to take a second husband? If she cared about these women and she knew that they were going through something of that nature, she wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to any of my friends. When I know that their husbands are acting up, whatever, I wouldn't just start a topic with a group of other people that I know is going to hurt my friends. But a lot of you are now having to cultivate forced relationships off of this strength, or you think is a strength, that we're young, hot moms and we're young, hot wives. And so you think that's the foundation to form a good relationship with perfect strangers. And then you're surprised when it doesn't go well. First of all, you're all miserable more often than not. That's why you seek those kind of relationships with people in the same boat as you, because you're looking to, I don't know, have them say, no, stay. No, don't do this. No, you're looking for that. And you're seeking that from people who are also operating from a place of being duped into this fucking contract in the first place and feeling like they can't get out. And then when the relationships don't work, you all want to run around and start claiming that sisterhood is not real and sisterhood is fake. No, you chose to make fake relationships with other women based off of the fact that we're married. Lydiane, some stranger you made friends with tomorrow is never going to love your kids the same way your friend who's not married is going to love your kids. Like they're never going to be invested in you like that. First of all, you're all male identified. You literally, the basis of your friendship is that you now define yourself through being tethered to a man. Bitch. That's why the relationships don't work. These things where you become friends with the ladies at the church because you're all, that's why they don't work. Those aren't your friends. These rules that they give you, your rahadis, your aunts who've been in miserable marriages, the entire marriage has been miserable, and then that's the people that you guys take advice from. By all means, your marriage doesn't have to be miserable. I'm aware that there are people who are having pleasant experiences in these unions, but they can come out and speak for themselves. I'm going to talk about what I observe. And most of you are fucking miserable. Most of you are miserable because also you play into the construct. Like the thing, if you see that you playing into the thing is harming you and not working, why do you continue to do it? Why are you going to that miserable woman whom you know her husband cheats for advice? Why would you do that? But anyway, guys, sisterhood is not the problem. Your discernment is. You forming like friendships where the foundation is like, it's sand castles, really. It's like a wave pulls in and it's going to pull it back. Like, don't blame sisterhood. Don't do that. We're doing great over here with the sisterhood. Us with real, genuine connections based on mutual interests, our own interests, not how we identify through somebody's son. Anyway, okay. Bye. It's a cult.